Hi, everybody. It's science time. Now, I would like to give you some directions for what you're going to be doing during science. I would like for you to go to your Google Classroom. Miss Stack, you can find the assignment right here just by clicking in your plans. But for boys and girls, I want you to go to your science Google Classroom. Just make sure you pick the correct class, science. And then the very first assignment on the stream page is your assignment. If you want to go to classwork, it's also the very first thing under 12.1 subplans. All you have to do is click on it and make sure that you're showing the instructions. And it's really simple. What you're going to do is open up the worksheet. Everybody will have their own copy, and you're going to work on the worksheet right in class inside of your computer, and I'll check it when I get back. Now, the first part is a review. What you're going to do is look in your notebook and find the definition of weather. And remember, you have a page of notes that looks like a big web with elements of weather in the middle and all the elements all around it. So if you find that notebook page, then this will be really, really easy for you to do. Now, remember, the main thing about weather is it's the state of the atmosphere at a certain time in a certain place. And it's important to remember that weather changes all the time. Every minute, every second of the day is always changing. All right. And then for each weather tool that I gave you, you need to be able to tell which of the elements of weather go with that tool. You have a thermometer, and here you have to actually write the name of the tool beside it and then tell which element of weather. And that should be pretty easy looking at your notes. If there's someone who didn't take the notes because you were with Mr. Elsie or something, please, someone nearby, share your notes with them to make sure that they can also complete the assignment too. Though I think that the people who go to Mr. Elsie are probably gone at this time of the day. So we'll just see how that goes. All right. So some of those guys don't have the notes. Make sure that you share your notes with a friend if they need it or if they were absent. And also, at this point, you probably can do this from your head because you've already taken a test where you were able to identify the weather tools that went with the types of weather. All right, and the next part is your new part. Now here, down at the bottom, you have to tell what the definition of climate is. Now remember yesterday, which is today for me, but for you, Tuesday, we watched a video on weather versus climate. And remember, there's a magic number of years before you can even begin to tell what the climate is. And I know you can remember that. So make sure that I see that magic number in your definition. Remember, in order to know the climate, you have to measure weather data for a magic number at least of years, and then you'll have the definition. Now, for each of these different factors that impact climate, I want you to watch the video, which means you're going to need your headphones again. And then after you watch the video, just by clicking on the link, then I'm going to want you in the space over here to write, right? You can push enter and underneath write your best explanation of what happens in that factor that impacts climate. Rain shadow is one of my favorites. It's really cool because the water from the sea that's right there, right, gets blown to the top of the mountain, where at the top of the mountain it's very cold. When you have warm, wet air hitting cold air, what happens? Warm plus cold equals, right? And so it's so cool because one side of the mountain will be very, very rainy and the other side dry. And now I'm going to stop because I'll end up talking about it too much instead of letting you do your own research. So again, for the rest of this, you're going to watch the video and then in your own words, the very best that you can, explain that factor that impacts the climate of a place. Now, when I say factors that impact climate, I mean things that change a climate from what you would expect it to be. Right? So like for instance, you'll see in latitude that the farther away from the equator you go, either to the north or to the south, you're going to have a colder climate. But there are other factors that can mess that up or change that. We'll talk about this more when I get back on Thursday, but this is a good introduction for you. So again, watch each video. There are 5 of them. They are not very long. Well, actually there are 6 because the Gulfstream has 2 cool videos. And then the best of your ability, type in to explain what is happening in each of those. All right, and I'll stop talking so that you can get busy. Enjoy yourself. This should be fun and relaxing. Make sure that you're, really watching the videos and really trying hard to learn while I'm not there. Thanks, guys.